What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here for another upload of a Goat Format Replay. And this was a pretty good game, not gonna lie. Not gonna do no spoiler shit, so I'm going to see what happened. This guy's writing me. He wants to know my YouTube channel. Master Reactor. I'll send you the link once I upload our match. Alright, so I played against this guy named Trudozer. I'm actually in third right now because I lost 2 matches, that's it. But I've won 2 matches, so when you lose a lot of points. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so he's gonna sub to me, the guy I just played. I like playing against cool people that aren't assholes. So let's see. I played against, I guess it's Trudozer, I want to say his name is. So let's see what's happening here. Let's go right here. Yeah, Trudozer. Okay. So let's see how this match went. Crazy games right here. These were some crazy matches, not gonna lie. Big thinking game 1 and game 3. So came out by the Nicky Splitty of my hizzy hairs. By an inch I came up on this guy. It was really close. So I throw scissors, he throws scissors. And I decide to... can't remember what I threw here. I throw paper and he goes right back on scissors. I thought he was going to go rock because I just threw scissors. So I tried. Maybe I should have just went rock right away. But you don't know. So he gets to go first. He opens Torrential, Thunder Dragon, Deco, Saku, MST, and Book of Moon. I've got a pretty good hand here. Duo, Spy, Mirror Force, Graceful, and Tribe. So, pretty satisfied with my hand right now. He decides to set Saku and set Deco and pass. I draw into Thunder Dragon. Okay, this is pretty damn good. Drawing into Thunder Dragon is pretty nice. I instantly fire the Duo. You always want to fire Duo first when you have it, even if he Thunder Dragon, because I could maybe hit a card that's not Thunder Dragon, and even if I hit the Thunder Dragon, he doesn't have him for the Graceful. So it's never bad to just fire the Duo. Some people like to save it because they see Thunder Dragons. I'm not one of them people. I like to just fire the shit. Fuck it. So I discard Thunder Dragons, and I go for the Graceful. I draw into Wing Blast, Tsukiyomi, and Ring. So I decide to obviously discard both Thunder Dragons, and now I decide to set 3 and set Spy and pass. He draws into a knock. Okay, he decides to fire the knock. I have no response to this. Don't have a solemn set. Don't know why I set this many, to be honest, but it is what it is. He flips the Deco. I say okay, that's fine. Deco's good. He draws to a Snatch Steal. He's going to go right into battle phase here. Tat tat. There's my cat. And he hits me for 14. What's up, buddy? You're on YouTube. And he decides to set MST and set Book because he knows I have a shitload of cards now. I draw into Upstart. I fire the Upstart. And I draw into my knock. Okay, so now I decide to run Tsukiyomi out. And he says he's thinking about it, but he doesn't do anything. And I decide to knock. Maybe he thought I was just going to attack it, which is never going to happen. So I instantly knock the Deco here. And I don't think he has much, to be honest. Just seeing how he's setting everything, I don't think he has much at this point, is what I'm thinking. So, it is what it is. So I go into battle phase and I attack for 1100. And he gets Book of Moon. Okay, he books it. So, he really doesn't have anything here. I don't know why he didn't Saku there. That's kind of weird why he didn't Saku. So he draws into Graceful. He fires the Graceful. I say, okay, that's fine. He draws Dust Shoot, Breaker, and BLS. So he's going to discard the Breaker and discard the Thunder Dragon. He blind MSTs. And he gets my Ring. Okay. And he drops the BLS on me. And he sets a Trap Dust Shoot and passes. I draw into Book of Moon. Now, have a few plays I could do here. I could Wing Blast. I could Summon Tribe, pop him. I could wait for him to attack. And then Mirror Force him. But I decide to go for the Wing Blast here. This will not only set him back a turn, but it gets the BLS off the field not only, and then it also sets him back an entire turn because now he's drawing BLS and he doesn't have a dark engrave. So it's fine for him to have the BLS. I know he could drop it on me later, but I'm just like, fuck it, let's go for it. And he can't do anything. It goes back on top, which is great. And now I decide to just pass. I'm not going to run the tribe out here because I don't want to just be vulnerable to anything. And all he has is Snatch, Steal, and BLS. Now I draw into Solemn Judgment. I set the Solemn and pass. He draws into another Dust Shoot. He passes. I draw into Heavy. I instantly set it and pass. He draws into a Faith now. Okay, so he sets his Faith and sets his Dust Shoot and passes. I draw into my Faith. Okay, so few things I could do here, but I decide just to set Faith and pass. He draws into Sinister Serpent. He flips his Faith up, and I instantly Solemn it. He does not have Solemn Judgment. I have not seen Solemn. I didn't see Solemn this whole entire match. So I instantly Solemn that shit and say, get that shit out of here. And he sets his Sinister and says, go. I draw into a Chaos Sork. I do not have the Dark and Light here. So I decide to flip the Heavy Storm up, just to get a little +1 on him, and if he's got anything that might stop it, which I'm sure he would have Solemned if he had Solemn, so maybe I didn't need the Heavy there, but I did it. So I Heavy Storm him, and then I decide to flip the Faith and grab Graceful back. I draw Pot of Greed, Faith, and Chaos Sork. I discard the Chaos Sork, and I discard the Tribe. I Pot of Greed into Breaker and Upstart, and I Upstart into MST. So now I am pretty low on life points here, and I don't really know what his monster is. So I decide to just run out my Chaos Sork now that I have the Dark and Light, and I banish my own Faith here. And I set my Faith and just pass. Okay, he draws into a Card Destruction. Alright. So, with a Sinister face down. I really thought it was Sinister too for a split second, but it is what it is. So he tries a Snatch Steal. I instantly MST it. Great clutch there. He's at 10k. I'm at 28, so it's not that great. He fires the Card Destruction and draws into a DD Warrior Lady. And he pokes into my Chaos Sork and he banishes it. So now he's at 9,500. As you can tell, I'm running pretty low on cards here. He's got 18 in deck and I got 10 left. I draw into a Sinister Serpent, but I have not used BLS yet. I've used both of my Chaos Sorks, but no BLS. So I just go for the Graceful. I draw into Knock and double Solemn Judgment. So I discard the Sinister and discard the Wing Blast. I fire the Knock. Of course, it is Sinister. I hit him for 300, and I set double Solemn and pass. He draws into Pot of Greed. I instantly Solemn the Pot of Greed. Now I'm only at 14. Okay, I draw into a Jar of Greed. Only got 6 cards left. And I get my Sinister back, and I hit him for 600, set Jar of Greed, and pass. He draws into a Delinquent Duo. He sets it, pretty dead right now. I draw into a Sengen. So now I'm like, okay, this could be alright. I Jar of Greed into another Jar of Greed. Running low on cards here, but I got to do something to try to get the BLS, because who knows? I mean, I don't think I can really win this game, but I didn't think I could. So I hit him for 16 and pass. Now he's at 7k, still got a shitload of damage. He decides to run the Tribe out. And I could have Solemned here, but I just felt like there's no really reason to Solemn because I'm still alive. And he can't kill me. If he could have killed me, I would have definitely Solemned it, obviously. But he can't, so he decides to run into the Sangam. And I search my last card I can get, which is Faith. And he decides to Duo. So this was great that he duoed here. Now he's only at 6k. I got 3 cards left. I top deck into the BLS. I mean, I had 1 in 3 shot of getting it. And there it is. I swing for 14 and swing for 3k. And swing for 600. Putting him down to 1,000, and I got a Solemn set, so I'm like, what's up? He draws in a Trap Dust Shoot, and that is the game, with only 2 cards left. That was a crazy, crazy game there. Crazy game. Can't believe I fucking came back that game. Like, shit, no cards left in deck. All my resources just done. Crazy. So, let's see what happens game 2 now. Game 2, he's got Night Assailant, Chaos Sword, BLS, Thunder Dragon, Mind Control, and Graceful. So the man's got everything. He discards the Thunder Dragon and grabs 2 more. Then he fires the Graceful into Chaos Sword, Sengen, and Knock. He discards Thunder Dragon and another Thunder Dragon. And he decides to summon Sengen and set Mind Control and pass. I draw into an Upstart Goblin. So my hand is not that great. I got Jar of Greed, Mind Control, Upstart Tribe, Knock, and Sinister. I upstart into a Sengen, so I decide to just run my Sengen out here and crash. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Maybe I should have just set the Sengen and let him Mind Control or something. Maybe this would have been a different game, but I decided just to do it. I mean, I play the way I play. Maybe it's not the right play at times, but it is what it is. So I don't know who searches first, but I just grabbed my shit. I grabbed Tsukiyomi, and looks like he grabs Magician of Faith. And I set Jar of Greed and just pass. He draws into a Dust Shoot, which is pretty damn nice. Trap Dust Shoot, okay. He sets his Faith and sets Trap Dust Shoot and passes. This really pissed me off here because I should have Mind Controlled this. I see if he has anything. He says no. I fire Jar of Greed, and then he fires Dust Shoot. So I'm like, alright, well, I guess Dust Shoot resolves first because it was the last thing in the chain. So it resolves backwards. So he gets my Sinister and puts it back, and this is when I seen Pot of Greed on top. So I should have just fired that Mind Control right away and got the damn Pot of Greed. But instead, I went for this route. I Jar of Greed into Chaos Sork, and I decide that he could have something, and I decide to knock the Faith. Should have definitely Mind Controlled the Faith. And I decided just to run the Spy out because I put him on knocks, and he does have a knock and a Mind Control, so that was a pretty good play there. He draws into Torrential. He runs out the BLS on me, which is terrible, and he hits me for a shitload of damage here. Not looking good at all. He sets Torrential and sets a Night Assailant with a knock and says go. I draw into MST. Not much I can really do here. The man's got double Chaos Sork. He's got the damn fucking Night Assailant. Maybe I could have like Mind Controlled the BLS, banished it, then run Tribe out. That's probably what I should have done. Instead, I decide to just run the Tribe out right away. Really bad plays this game. And then I Mind Control the monster. It's a Night Assailant. That's unfortunate. I flip it. He decides to Torrential. I set MST and pass. He draws into a Mind Crush. He banishes a Dark, banishes a Light, and runs out Chaos Sork on me. And he swing Bada-Badas. I decide to MST because I think he might have rings, so... But he didn't. It was a Mind Control bluff, so that was pretty a stupid MST there. So it is what it is. I top deck Graceful, so I'm thinking maybe I can come back, but not looking too ideal here. So I draw into Upstart, Thunder Dragon, and Wing Blast. Should have definitely discarded Tsukiyomi and Upstart. Instead, I went the other way and discarded Wing Blast and Thunder Dragon, which was pretty dumb again. Not the best plays. I fucking went for the gamble and it didn't work. Now he fires Mind Control and he calls BLS, but I don't have BLS. So he discards his Chaos Sork. I think I might have a chance. I draw into a Dead Ring, which sucks. I set the Tsukiyomi and he's got the knock. So on to game 3. Did not have a chance to win that. To be honest, I don't think I did. I was only at 900, so even if I did Wing Blast, he would have just summoned Spy and attacked me for games. So that was just terrible. Nothing you could really do about that. But we're on to game 3. Game 3, I got Dust Shoot, Breaker, Knock, Tsukiyomi, Chaos Sork, and Ring. Again, not the greatest hand, but is what it is. He's got Ring, Deco, Spy, BLS, and Tribe. So I decide to set Tsukiyomi, set Dust Shoot, and set Ring. I set the Tsukiyomi because, and I set Knock too. I'm like, fuck it, you got heavy, you got heavy. He draws into a Breaker for turn. I fire the Dust Shoot. I set the Tsukiyomi because I was hoping he'd have a Mind Control and he could just Mind Control that and waste his Mind Control, but he did not have a Mind Control or a Knock. He has a handful of monsters. I decide to pick the Spy here The guest spot is a little bit hard to get over, and I really have no plays to get over it. So he decides to run the breaker out. I instantly ring it here, and he takes 16. This was a pretty eventful match here, not gonna lie. A bunch of crazy plays here. We both played pretty damn good. So he sets ring, which I know it is, and passes. I run the breaker out. I want to just burn this ring up, let him burn it, and he rings it. We both take 16. We're both at 48 now. And I pass. He draws into a Chaos Sork, which is pretty dead for him. He sets deco and passes. I draw into a Jar of Greed. I fire the knock on the deco, which I'm pretty sure it is. And I set Jar of Greed and pass. He draws into a Saku. He decides to set Saku and pass. I draw into Snatch Steel. I know he's on Dust Shoots, so I set the Snatch Steel, and then I fire the Jar of Greed. I draw into MST, which is okay, I guess. I set the MST and pass. He draws into a knock, so now he decides to knock. And now he decides to run his tribe out and hit me for 16 here. Trying to put me on a little clock here. I decide to end phase MST. It's a Saku. If it would have been an MST, I would have got punished, but it wasn't. Did he already use MST too? No, he didn't. I draw a Jar of Greed for turn. I can't get a light monster to save my life. I fire the Snatch Steel to take his tribe, hit him for 16. And, well, 600 he only took. He sets Torrential and passes. I draw, eventually, into Faith. Decide to set the Faith and then fire Jar of Greed. Again, playing around Trap Dust Shoot. I draw into Tribe. That kind of backfired on me because, well, I guess it didn't. I mean, it all worked out anyway. So I hit him for 16 again. Now he's at 36. He draws into a Mirror Force. He decides to set the Mirror Force and pass. I draw into Thunder Dragon. And now I'm just like, I'm just going to play ball here. Fuck it. He's at 3,600. He took the 600 again. He gained his 1,000. So he says think. And he decides to torrential the Faith. So not the greatest play, not gonna lie. I would have just not torrentialed there. I mean, I don't mean to be mean to the guy. He's gonna watch his after this. I would have just waited for the torrential and just waited for me to summon something. And even if I do MST, he's got Mirror Force and torrential. So no matter what, I can't really get through. I can only pop one of them. So this way, I'm instantly gonna MST the other one. I discard the Thunder Dragons. I drop the Chaos Sork, drop the other Chaos Sork, and drop the Tribe. Didn't realize that I did not have 2 Darks in my grave, but it wouldn't have mattered because he was at 36. And I had 1 Tribe and 1 Chaos Sork. I at least had 1 Dark in my grave. I thought I had 2 for some reason, but something happened. Oh, he knocked the Tsukiyomi. That's what it was. Okay, but that was a pretty good match. GG's, trudozer. Thanks for being a good sport. We both played pretty damn good. The only questionable is you probably shouldn't have torrentialed that Faith there. Because instantly I'm going to... Obviously, I targeted MST, so... I don't know what you were thinking about when you torrentialed that. Because if I would have torrentialed, I would have MST'd one of them. And no matter what, I would have fell into the other one with the Mirror Force. And who knows what could have happened. You could have took the game back. Could have topped like the Thunder Dragon or something. And scooped the whole game back and came back on my ass. But it is what it is. Y'all hit the like, hit the sub. Have a good day or night. This is a longer one. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. Bye.